babu wani kama da kai, ai babu wani.
Yeah, hello everybody. You are welcome to yet another edition of Africa's Realities. As usual, my name is Mr. Johnson Yakubu Sani. Well, in Nollywood, you people know me as Mr. Johnson YS. Yeah, and today I'm out with another video. Today I want to come to my Igbo brothers, and it's an apology content I'm doing, and I'll tell you why I'm apologizing to you guys. And well, before I take my apology, I just want anybody watching this video, I want you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that whenever I drop a video, you'll be amongst the first to get to watch. And I want to thank my returning subscribers, because anytime I drop a video, you people are quick to come and watch. And again, I want you guys to hit the like button so that this video can be spread, and also comment. You can comment and give me your views and everything, so that a wider audience can view this my apology to my Igbo brothers, because Igbos are my brothers. In fact, all Nigerians are my brothers. And well, without further ado, let me go into the content of today. So, like I said, I'm doing this content as an apology to my Igbo brothers, because I will not lie to you. I have been in many places, and I think I have one or two videos too here that I have argued, and I've sat with people, and when this topic came up, I argued. And the topic is that whenever the Igbo said that the 1966 coup was a Nigerian coup, I argue out that it was never a Nigerian coup. I argue out, and I'll tell you why I argue. And well, the reason why I argue that it was never a Nigerian coup was, we all know truthfully that most of the officers in the coup are Igbos, with some few Yorubas here and there. Most of the officers are Igbos. But even the fact that most of the officers that carried out this coup are Igbos is not even the reason why I always argue that it's not a Nigerian coup. The only reason why I always argue that it's not a Nigerian coup was because we had a president then who was an Igbo man, and somehow he was spared in the coup. And then we had a prime minister who is a Hausa man, and he was killed in the coup. It was a bloody coup. And then we had a premier of the eastern region, and he was not killed at the coup. And then we have premier of the northern region, who is a Hausa man, Sir Ahmadu Bello, and he was killed in the coup. We also have premier in the Yoruba people, Akintola, I think. He was killed. So the fact that more of the officers that carried out this coup were Igbos, and they spared entirely, they didn't wipe out the entire political class of that time, and they just like wipe out the northern political class, and just one or two in the Yoruba, and the entire Igbo guys who were also in the central government, because they were wiping out even the central government, even the regional government. They wiped out people of the north in the central government, like the prime minister. They wiped out Sir Ahmadu Bello, the regional government leader. They killed him. The prime minister, who is Sir Aboke Tafawa Balewa, he was killed in the coup. The regional Akintola, the regional president, the western region, was killed. So even the regional leaders of the Igbos were not killed. Even the central leader, who was the president of Nigeria at that time, like they waited for him to go out. So I argue this. I say we can't say that is a Nigerian coup. A Nigerian coup should have gone overboard and should have cleared the entire political class. It cannot clear people from one side and then leave people from the other side, and then you say it's a Nigerian coup. So to be sincere, I've argued this many times with my Igbo brothers, and I always say that can never be viewed as a Nigerian coup. But the 1966 coup happened. I was not born yet. Yes, I was born in 1973 after the Civil War. So the 1966 coup happened. I was not born yet. And if military people who were part of the military of Nigeria at that time come to say it was a Nigerian coup, who am I to stand on my ground that it is not a Nigerian coup? So I apologize to every Igbo man that I've argued with. I apologize. I must have put it in one of my 2 videos, and some amongst the videos I had made here before, that I argued that it is not a Nigerian coup. And I always argue with the whole of my mind, because when it comes to politics, I stand and I sit and I talk and I argue. So for my Igbo brothers, I apologize. I retract. This is a Nigerian coup. This is not an Igbo coup. I cannot argue it any further. If people who were there, who were amongst the people who witnessed the coup and who were part of the military of that time, are coming to say it's not an Igbo coup, it's a Nigerian coup, from today, I have accepted it. I've changed my opinion, and I say this is a Nigerian coup. Now, before I go further, there is something very important that I want to tell my Igbo brothers. Now, get me clearly so that you don't misunderstand me. I cannot stand and accept. I totally condemn any act of profiling people and killing them, any act of ethnic cleansing, any act that feels like a genocidal thing. There is no way we can't have ethnic cleansing in Nigeria. We can't have profiling just one set of people and killing them. That is not acceptable. And what the fallout of the 1966 coup that happened, especially in northern Nigeria, is very condemnable. It should never happen. It is something that should have never happened to the Igbos. See, I have always, in my argument, I've always said, no, the northern attack on the Igbos after the 1966 coup is not right. It is very wrong. Very, very wrong. But having said this, I just want to say this to my Igbo brothers. Even though it has been confirmed that it is a Nigerian coup and it is not an Igbo coup, I think it still falls into the categorically that the fallout of the coup can be seen as being provoked. I don't think the Igbo should say it is an unprovoked thing, out of an entirely unprovoked thing. They were attacking the Igbos. I don't believe it is unprovoked. And let me give an Igbo an example. Let's say we have a Nigeria of today, and some people want to wipe out all corrupt leaders of Nigeria. I'm just giving an instance. Some people with Yoruba are there, Hausa are there, Igbos are there, all Nigerian tribes are there. They form a group of militia, and they say they want to wipe out corrupt leaders of Nigeria. And then they now started, and they just descended on Igbo land, and they wiped out all the corrupt leaders of Nigeria that are of Igbo extraction. After they've done that, and then now they left all the corrupt leaders of Nigeria in Hausa land, and all the corrupt leaders of Nigeria in Yoruba land. And if Igbos feel that cannot be a provocation against them, then I think they should, because I know my Igbos, even part of this marginalization I know is the cry is because it is unequally distributed. The resources, the infrastructure of Nigeria is unequally distributed. Let alone we say something that come and wipe only Igbos. I think the Igbos will react. So my own point is that a lot of the northern people on the street who didn't understand what was happening at that time, especially the person whom they hold on high esteem. You don't know how the northern people hold Sir Ahmadu Bello Sardauna on high esteem. You all know that Sir Ahmadu Bello was the one that's supposed to come and be the prime minister. He's the owner of the party. He's the leader of the party, NPP. He was the one that sent his boy Tafawa Balewa to go and be prime minister because he said he wants to remain in the north and the premier of the north. At that time, we all know that the regions are stronger than the center. So he sent his boy to go and be in the center. So he was highly regarded. And for the fact that he was killed and his counterpart in the southeast was not killed, I think it provoked the people. So it cannot be out of an unprovoked thing. I think the right word should have been maybe, when we say wrongly provoked or misunderstanding, or the people are deceived. It could be deceived. If Babangida could come today and tell us it is not an Igbo coup, he should have spoke that time that people are very angry and they say it's an Igbo coup that came to wipe out only northern leaders. He should have spoken at that time with all this information he has. He should have said it at that time to douse the northern people. But I think nobody said it at that time. So I think the political leaders that should be blamed. But the people who carried out whatever the ethnic cleansing in the north, they were provoked. And I'm not saying it is justified or the action is justified. No, I'm not justifying the action. But I'm just saying it is provoked. Because if you remove provocation and you say it's unprovoked, you have made them into barbaric people. You have made them into haters, and you have made them like I've just done nothing. Just out of this, just want to come and kill me. I think there was something that boiled their anger. There was something that triggered it. Something triggered it, which is the truth. Something triggered it. Because before the 1966 coup, the Igbos were there. Nobody was attacking anybody. Nobody was killing anybody. It was after the coup that there was a killing, and because the people were provoked. And, well, having said this, I just want to say that this 1966 coup is the worst thing that has happened to Nigeria. Where Nigeria would have been today without the 1966 coup would have been far, 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 far. But the 1966 coup is the reason we were backward. Is the reason that since then nobody believed in the country. The country has always been run as a union that will scatter someday. That is why nobody is putting effort in building the country. Everybody is just stealing from the country because nobody believed in the country. Everybody believed the country will scatter at any time, and everybody is just doing anyhow. Somehow we are still together. But since after the 1966 coup and up to today, there's nobody that has believed in this country. The people who believe in their country, you see how they pumping them to build the future. They are looking at, even if they leave this country, their children will come and inherit. They will build infrastructure. They will build things. They will make sure that they are putting everything in order. Even when they leave, it's because they believe in the country. But when you see people who don't believe in the country, and a country that seems that at any point it will scatter, but somehow we are still going, at any point it will scatter, but somehow we are still going, at any point it will scatter, somehow we are still going, it will always be giving people, I make a chop what I want chop, I make a carry the one I feel carry. So it's because if I feel carry, make I just carry. It becomes like a jungle. Like a jungle. That 1966 coup did a very injustice to Nigeria. Something that should never have happened. Maybe we would have still been having our regional government. Now there's another argument. I don't know. Maybe you tell me, because you tell me in the comment section who destroyed the regional government of Nigeria. Is it Agui Ironsi or is it Yakubu Gowon? Because one school says Agui Ironsi that destroyed the regional government of Nigeria. He even made Nigeria into a unitary system. From the regional system, he made it even worse. That's what people say. He made it worse into a unitary system. But it is the one that even came and repaired this wall and turned it into a federal system. That's one school. Another school said, no, Agui Rossi, yes, he tried to unify something to do the center, a lot of things, but it's not a complete unitary thing. It is the one that just came and turned things into a federal system. But Agui Rossi, even though he brought some regional government, brought into center to be ruled from the center, that it was not that the region still had their power at that time. It was not a unitary system of government. So Yakubu is the one that destroyed the regional system. So there are two schools of thought. Was it Agui Ironsi that destroyed the unitary system of government, or is it that destroyed the regional system we had, the confederal system as it was at that time? Is it Agui Ironsi that destroyed it, or is it General Yakubu Gowon that came and brought the federal system from the confederal system that we had? So who really destroyed this? Me, I don't know. I'm in the middle. I don't know who really destroyed it. Maybe Agui Rossi did his own. Yakubu Gowon crowned his own. Well, that is by the way. Well, so again, I want to say this. I'm from the Middle Belt. Even though today you'll be calling me that I'm from the Northwest, but we all know that I'm not from the one Northwest. All know. If we have our Gurara state today, we are going to fall back to the North Central. We are not from Northwest. We are not Hausa. I'm from Kaduna State, Southern Kaduna, but I am not in the Northwest. I am in the North Central, and I'm a Middle Belter. I'm not a Hausa man, a Hausa Fulani man. I'm a Middle Belt man. Yeah, and we all know Middle Belt, they really fought the war, the Biafra war. The Middle Belt fought that war, and I just want my Igbo brothers to always understand, because let me tell you guys, there is healing if you understand the other person. I know a lot of hurtful thing has been done to you, but for you to heal, you have to look at the other person. Like I just said, if you keep on holding to the fact that you say it as an unprovoked thing that made the uprising in the north, that unprovoked, you will never heal from the uprising of the north. But when you now look at it and say, well, people, they are deceived, they are provoked. It's just that they are deceived. But there's something triggered it. It's not like they just hated it, they just want cleansing. No, something triggered it, and their leaders deceived them, but they were provoked, wrongfully provoked. When you begin to look at things like that, you heal. You put yourself in the shoe of the other person. How did he feel when that thing happened? When that 1966 coup happened? How did the person feel? What was he feeling? If you think about that person like that, if you feel that way, you'll be able to heal. Say, okay, maybe this thing they've done to our fathers could be because they were wrongly informed and they were provoked. And that is why I want to say, we in the Middle Belt, you people have to see us from the fact of the Civil War. Yes, many of us were the foot soldiers of the Civil War, but you have to understand why we had to join in the Civil War. Because we were told by the British and by our leaders that the Igbos are greedy, they want to take the entire oil. And well, I was not there, but this was what we had from our fathers. Three of my uncles fought that Biafra war. Three of my uncles, all of them my father's juniors. All of them were my father's juniors. They fought in the Biafra war. And as soldiers, in fact, they were not even soldiers. Nigerian army came to our village and captured them by force and put them, and they now became soldiers. Many of them stayed 30-something years in soldiers before they retired. Two of them are dead now, only one is still alive. So, what I'm trying to say is this. They fought for Nigeria to be one because they just feel it's not the best that they will take everything, especially oil, especially what oil is at that time. We should remember what oil is at that time is not what oil is today. Because what oil is today, people are talking about renewable energy, people are talking about things they're fighting about the green, whatever they call it, the ban on fossil energy or power or whatever. You know, a lot of things have diminished the effect or the importance of oil. But at that time, what oil signified was a very, very important thing. And these people fought for one Nigeria because they wanted everybody to share of the oil. So if you look at it this way, you forgive the Middle Belt, even though they were used to fight the war. You forgive them. Okay, these people, they don't want their hunger. You say, these people, they don't want their hunger. They want partake in the oil. They don't want to make we carry all the oil. So always look at what provoked people to some actions. Is very well to understand the people more. You understand? That is just my own. And today, we are your brothers too. We are not with the North again because when we go to church, now we are on a day church. Every church where I did, near Igbo guys, we did there. We the just man, Sarah Kaduna man, Igbo man. We the full church. Half of Yoruba are Muslims. Yeah, there are Yorubas amongst us. But we, all of us, 90% of us are Christians. 90% are Christians. So now we see ourselves as brothers and sisters in the church and everything, and we do it together. So you people are brothers. So more than take history of 1960, things of 1960s, to now don't want to always try to say no be them. You people will join them. You people survive it. You people know you understand why the Middle Belt joined the war. If you understand, you will embrace the Middle Belt now because the Middle Belt is with you guys now. I am telling you. So this is just the end of my content of today. So I want you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell until I come your way with another video. Remain blessed.